Hey everybody, Chris, Thunder Laser, and in this video I want to show you how easy they've made it to connect an external air pump to your Thunder Laser Titan and Titan Pro. Let's go check it out. So when connecting a tank style compressor, you're going to need a water separator and a regulator so that we can turn the PSI down and keep the moisture from the tank, the compressed air, out of our system. We don't want it going through the solenoids, we don't want it going into the lens assembly and basically creating humidity on our optics. So you need one of these to connect, and then also we'll be running our NPT fittings and hoses into the machine. If you notice right here, we have an external air hookup, and this is only for external air. You'd be taking the hose out of your regulator and pushing it into the fitting, and it will lock itself in. Now, on this one, you can see we have a little bit of a gray ring around here. If you push this ring in, you can slide the hose in and out. So we're sliding that in, and it locks. We will need to gain access to the back panel so that we could disconnect the electric of the stock pump. The stock pump is behind this. Now, there may be variations with different size models. Kind of just use common sense and look for it. This is a 51. It's behind this panel here, which I've already taken the screws out. I'm going to take this other one out real quick so that you can see. There's only 4 screws that hold this in, and they are Allen keys. So when connecting an external air compressor, we need to take the power away from the factory pump. Super easy to do. We pull that panel off like I just showed you, and there's a plug right here. And what you're going to want to do is reach in, and there are 2 tabs on either side. You squeeze those in towards the plug itself, and then you can kind of wiggle it out like so. So disconnecting this allows this pump to remain off. So no power will get to this pump. Okay, so now that we have that pump bypassed, let's move over to the side compartment over here and show you how easy they made it to swap this out. So looking at the back of the pump, we can see that we have our hose running into a black, the hose from the pump into a black hose here, and then that black hose is running up front to a Y-split that goes into the solenoids that control your high and low air. So what we need to do is take out, this is exactly the same type of fitting that's in the back of the machine. We need to push on this little retaining ring here, and then we slide the black hose out, and we're going to put this blue hose in its place. And the blue hose is connected directly to this fitting here. So basically we're just bypassing the hose and the electronics of the pump to get our high volume air to the solenoids for high and low. And let me swap that out real quick and show you. Okay, like I was saying, you need to pull back on this little retaining ring. That allows the other hose to slide out. And then you're going to switch and put the blue hose in, letting go of the retaining ring. Push in and it should click. If you give it a little tug, it should stay in there. You can push right back in and make sure that it is in there. And that's it. We've bypassed the factory air pump, and now we're ready to run external air. One thing to note is a lot of people like to push the limits of things, and we are labeling this as a 55 PSI max. I don't like to exceed 30 to 40 PSI. I don't trust the gauges on the compressor. These cheaper Amazon water separators and regulators. I don't want to take a chance of destroying my air solenoids. So 30 to 40 PSI max, that is plenty. The lines, these thin lines, cannot flow this volume anyway, that amount of pressure. So keeping it a little lower is on the safe side, and then you have a buffer for when you have spikes of air and what have you. So just a word to the wise, try to keep it between 30 to 40 psi. You won't notice a difference if you go up to 55 anyway. Might as well keep it safe and keep it in between that 30 to 40 psi. Hope this helps. Super easy. I'm glad they made this quick connect back here that goes into the system, and you can just quickly unplug and swap a hose and be good to go.